get right above me. I'm going up to the summit. I had to let it go, travel to a better road. I could not carry that luggage. I could have lost my life. I almost lost my light. Tossed in the dark, but I saw my Christ and I got back right. Only ever crossed my sight, cause God, he spoke and told me where to go. I could feel the pressure start to fall. Then he broke depression off my soul. I got hope, I'm pressing toward my goals. Used to cope confession.
And just about to get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment.
They gon' know me as legendary. You in the stands, I ain't need no commentary. If you the competition, you gon' get buried. I don't cheat on the game, we getting married. They gon' know me as legendary. You in the stands, I ain't need no commentary. Ain't no option, ain't no secondary. I just throw it out like a Hail Mary. Legendary.
A Sunday afternoon with the NBA here on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines. And let's now take a look at some of the numbers for Gary Trent.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Kevin, thank you. Kevin Durant is a champion, but he said, growing up, I never thought about titles. I just wanted to be the best player I could be. When I got to the league, I was listening to all the noise, and it was taking control of my mind. For me, mentally, I have to just focus on my craft. Guys, the results have flown since then.
Clearly. David, thank you. Oh, we expect some fireworks tonight, don't we, Clark? These teams can really light it up.
Yeah, you've got great scores on both sides in this one, Kevin, and that makes it difficult to take anything away defensively. It's going to come down to, can you get a few turnovers and some extra possessions? Whichever team does that, I think comes out on top.
So the next starting five, Irving and Harden, the 2-star guards. The small and power forwards are Harris and Durant, and it's Griffin in at the 5 down low. And for Toronto, the forwards are Anunoby and Siakam. Red Van Vliet out there with Dragic, and it's Achua in at the center position. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anunoby. Now Harden. Irving up top. Shoots over Dragic. And Irving with the basket on the assist from Harden.
You know, that goes back, I think, to playing with LeBron in their Cleveland days. Kyrie learned how to operate without the ball some.
Dragic with a wide open look. Nailed from three-point land.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here is Harris. In the game against Detroit, very impressive. And they'll keep possession. He takes it in. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
You know, Harris showing you he's unafraid to mix it up in there sometimes, which is a good way to balance his attack.
There's Dragic with the 3, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
Now that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
Pass to Durant. To the middle. Griffin passes to KD. From past the arc. And James Harden with the 3.
They knew this was coming. Harden can't just let that last 3 go. Way too competitive for that.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on. And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. And there's the defensive 3-second call. The Raptors shooting their first free throw of the contest. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. And along with production, this team really thrives on Van Vliet's leadership.
He sets a great example with his toughness, his dedication, and his teammates believe in him and believe they're going to win, partly because of him.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
Count the basket.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Now here's Dragic. 6 points for him. Van Vliet passes to Siakam. Over Harris. And he can't bank that one in. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. Shoots the 3. The shot's good from Griffin.
Would have been impossible for KD to miss his teammate there. He was wide open.
To the inside. Achua. He drains the quick shot.
Outstanding distribution there. I mean, what impressive passing ability.
Here's Irving, and again it's Brooklyn converting.
You know, Irving is deadly from mid-range and really embraces that shot. He doesn't shy away from it, and I think he can give opponents a lot of problems because of it.
Anunoby has the open look, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist.
You cannot leave him alone like that, especially from long range.
And Fred VanVleet is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
KD, that's for 2. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
What a find by Griffin. He's a lot more skilled as a passer than he gets credit for as far as power forwards go. He has terrific vision.
And then Durant with the dunk.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
What? You mean the throwdown at the end? I'll tell you what, fellas. I mean, the highlight shows are going to pain them even more.
Achua, no good.
You know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
The 3 from Harden. And the Nets, another 3.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now here's Dragic. He's got 6. To halt the run. And it's sent back by KD. And that one, good.
And watch Siakam just spring up for those offensive boards. Athletic ability gets him to the ball so fast.
Outside for KD. On the wing, Irving. Here's the three. Cracks in the tray. Irving's got 7 points.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Harden against Van Vliet. Pass to Siakam. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. And again, Toronto with the triple.
We'll come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
And Harden with the stuff.
You know, when Harden gets deep inside positioning, he's ready for the throwdown because he's more athletic than people give him credit for.
Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Detroit Pistons. Anunoby in the corner. Back to Dragic. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. 7-point differential. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Well, it's really hard to stop them when they're in a groove offensively, and they were in a comfort zone all game long in that one.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Nets.
A lot of success from mid-range so far for them, guys. If nothing else works, they can always fall back on the jump shot.
Yeah, also something I like out of them so far, they're throwing their bodies around in the paint, and the physicality is taking its toll.
Harden, that's good.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Raptors trail by 12. Outside Dragic. Here's Siakam, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist.
With a harmonious blend of length and strength, Siakam has become a dependable interior scoring option.
Here's Irving. And it's off the back rim, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on it.
Already finding the spots and capitalizing, playing really efficient basketball.
And here is Durant. And he also played a big role in that last game with Detroit.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game played.
I mean, a tough one. Faced some serious intensity in terms of that comeback, and they just got overwhelmed in that 4th quarter. Unfortunately, just couldn't stay in the game long enough to force overtime.
Ladies and gentlemen, your North Side Crew. All right, look who's coming on the court. Come on and get loud for your North Side Crew.
And the Raptors with some changes. Chris Boucher's checked in for Precious Achiuwa. Barnes comes in for OG Anunoby. And Trent subbed in for Goran Dragic. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Nets. Bruce Brown comes in for Harris. Now Kevin Durant following the three-point attempt by Pascal Siakam. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. And now it's a 12-point Brooklyn lead. Siakam against Jordan. Kevin Durant with the rebound. Durant's got 5 rebounds tonight. Launches it. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And that one's good, Barnes.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
And you know, with those numbers, he makes a defender hesitant to get too tight on him. I mean, he doesn't want to get whistled for the foul and put this guy on the line.
After a quiet first couple seasons in the league, Siakam really took off in year 3 when he helped the Raptors win their first NBA championship.
And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. And Toronto making a change. Birch is checked in. Here's Barnes. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Cleveland.
Boy, I thought his passing was absolutely fantastic. I mean, really picked apart the defense all game long.
On the wing, Barnes. He's covered by Brown. Goes back up. It's good. Nice touch there from Birch.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Irving drives in, and he banks in the lane. Irving's got 12.
Well, he's cooking with grease. He's got things flaming up, looking for an opportunity every time down the floor when he's that hot.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
15 fouls.
Early on here, Craig, we already see some second-year players looking much improved over their rookie seasons.
Yeah, and if you put in the work, you're not guessing as much. You're comfortable now with the speed and physicality of the game, and I know I cut way back on my turnovers at the start of my second year.
Free throw good, Van Vliet.
You love seeing guys like Fred Van Vliet make it. Not highly recruited in high school, undrafted out of college. Van Vliet has turned himself into a terrific player in our league.
Well, Clark, with the success of the play-in tournament, Commissioner Silver pushing for a mid-season tournament with the winning team earning $1 million per player.
You know, Kevin, adding additional games I think would be a challenge. I'm not quite sold on that, but I do know that $1 million would incentivize role players. The question is whether or not star players would be as motivated to add more games in the middle of the season.
Here's Irving following the basket by Fred Van Vliet. For 3, Durant. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 3 assists now in this one.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
Toronto calls timeout. And more than one observer, Greg, has called Irving the most entertaining player in the game. What do you think?
A lot of competition for that distinction. But Irving does some things that no one else can, at least at his level. And then you never know when he's going to give us a juicy soundbite.
Nicholas Claxton's checked in for the Nets. Mills comes in for Kyrie Irving. Here's Barnes.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backdoor.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
And that's a terrific sequence at both ends there. There was the block shot, then the run out, a nice finish on the break. And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg.
Well, I like the way he capped off that drive. The one-hand hole punch.
2 minutes left.
And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Raptors. Down by 12. Barnes can't get it to go. 1:52 left in the first quarter of the game. It's Harden with the drive. And here's Mills from the arc. And the 3-ball is good.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
It really makes them a hard team to guard because they space you out so well.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's coming off a 31-point game against Cleveland.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Mills. 11 points for him in that last game against the Pistons in Detroit. Brown, good.
The defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
When that happens, you simply just hope they start cooling off.
Barnes, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
Toronto ball.
.105 left here in the first quarter. Van Vliet outside. And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. And the bonus will go to the free throw line. He's made 2 of his 3 attempted tonight.
Fred Van Vliet.
And so Van Vliet nails both of them.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Jordan kicks to Brown. Over Birch. Here's Jordan. And finally they hit one. And the Nets lead by 16.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Brown, good.
And this is why coaches talk about playing with pace. The scoreboard tells it all.
That really has been the difference. I mean, they've been the better team in transition.
Now here's Van Vliet. 11 points in the game. Brown against Barnes. Van Vliet passes to Boucher. Just 5 on the clock. But Trey gets the bucket.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Here's Mills. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Mills has got 5 now.
You know, Mills is not just a long-range gunner now. He can score on the move, too. Underestimate Mills at your own peril.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown.
His second personal foul.
So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. The Raptors shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Taking 2 shots.
That free throw missing. Good on the second free throw. And here's Mills from the arc. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play. Nets out in front, up by 16. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And Kevin Durant able to get his shot anytime he wants. But he points out that defense requires all 5.
This league is not one-on-one defense, you know, so it's a team defense. And, you know, the best defenders, the reason why they're the best defenders is because they got 4 guys behind them that's going to help them and that they trust. So, you know, I think that's what makes us good when we do that.
I agree. Well, if they're locking teams up, they're awfully hard to stop.
And KD, with his length, probably underrated as far as his defensive impact.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And the Nets have been rolling right along here, haven't they?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push. And great find by Van Vliet. He's in control of this offense and generally makes good decisions.
How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
And the second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
Yeah, GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
It's been all Van Vliet tonight. One of the best undrafted players in league history.
And finished off by Brown.
Perfect dime drop that time. Nice execution of the bounce pass.
And we play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Van Vliet passes to Barnes. It doesn't go for him. Some solid defense from Brown.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Lets it go from 11. It's deflected. Brown against Barnes. And it's Brown missing.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Here's Boucher. The shot, no good. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. It's Harden with the drive, and Harden with the stop.
So far, Harden having his way on offense. The defense has to try something different.
Toronto's gone a terrific 5 of 6 from beyond the arc in this game. Toronto calls timeout. And competition is at the root of all sports. Certainly, sometimes, you know, things get chippy. And as a player, Greg, how do you handle that aspect when emotions and physicality get going?
Kevin, you're always taught to control your emotions, but easier said than done. And in reality, sometimes you have to man up. You have to let it be known that you're not going to accept things, and at the same time, you got to be smart. So the goal is to beat the other team, not literally.
Toronto will go for a different look here. Achua, he's checked in for Kem Birch. Pascal Siakam comes in for Chris Boucher. OG Anunoby's checked in for Barnes. And it's Dragic in for Fred Van Vliet. And then for Brooklyn, Griffin comes in for Jordan. And Joe Harris is subbed in for James Harden. Passes to Claxton. Here's Harris. That one wide left. Raptors trail by 20. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. No good from Dragic. Claxton with the bucket.
Yeah, you know, Mills is one of those energizing players who does a little bit of everything, including finding his open teammates.
Trent with it. Brown's there.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here.
He'll take those all day long.
Driving inside. Brown wide open. He fires. Drains it from beyond the arc. Brown's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
And Patrick Mills gets that whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul of the first half. Not a big deal yet, but something to keep an eye on.
And the Raptors with the ball. Trent passes to Siakam. And Siakam throws it down.
And those are 2 loud points. Siakam flushes it without much effort.
Nets leading by 21. There's the pass to Brown. Off target from outside. Toronto, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Siakam, good.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. he's been on target and on top of his game.
Mills passes to Claxton. Back to Mills. Brown outside. That's his 6th field goal today, and that makes him now 6 for 11.
And he's on a good pace here from three-point range. Made 1 in the first, 2 more here in the second. It seems like with more to come.
Here's Trent, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
That's his 3rd personal
Yeah, the
foul.
defender all over.
Team
He
foul.
got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so
At the
far
line
off.
for
First trip to the free throw
Toronto,
line for him in this one.
Gary Trent
Gotta admire
Jr.
what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
He's been a completely different guy at the line this season. I mean, last year, you weren't sure what you were going to get when he got to the stripe. There's no way we could have expected such a huge increase in those free throw percentage numbers.
It's good.
Just good, aggressive drive from him that time. Found a hole in the D and went straight to the rim.
For Toronto, they've gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Achua with it. Griffin on him. Achua, no good.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
And guys, I like the fact that he chose the one-hand tomahawk slam, because you get a little higher when you go off one hand and 1 foot.
And just the sheer power of Griffin, one of the best finishers in the league after contact.
Now here's Dragic, covered by Mills. And he drives in. It's stolen by Dragic. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. Pushes it down to finish the break.
Well, that's the vision you get with Dragic. His teammates have to love playing with him.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
Who wants a t-shirt?
Brooklyn making some changes. Kevin Durant's checked in for Nicholas Claxton, and Irving subbed in for Patty Mills. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. And here's Brown outside, and it's Toronto with the rebound. They'll be off to Boston for a meeting with the Celtics after this one. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for them. Here's Siakam. Brooklyn with the rebound. KD's got his 6th rebound on the night. Shoots over Achua. A nice shot by KD. Durant's got 16 points.
Yeah, with platinum level all-around skills, Durant can pretty much score at will.
I find it really interesting to talk to KD about his origins. Says every memory he had growing up involved basketball. Skip prom and stuff like that. He was just focused on the game.
For 3, Harris. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
For 3.
He's got 7.
You know, this is where Harris is most dangerous, one of the very best from behind the arc. His eyes light up when he gets these long-distance chances.
Here's Dragic. That one misses. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. And Durant grew up in a tough environment. We all know that. Basketball, Greg, was the only way out.
As it has been for so many NBA players, you feel bad for guys with great talent who get derailed along the way. It takes so much hard work and discipline and luck just to have a chance at making it.
Here's Dragic. Drops in the layup for two. Dragic has got 4 points this quarter.
And I respect the craftiness and savvy of Dragic. I mean, when he gets positioned deep inside, he finds a way to score.
The three from KD. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Here's Siakam. And another field goal in his total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Irving attacking. Count that as his 7th field goal in 9 tries. He's shooting 78%.
Flashing those crazy handles. I mean, major rush hour handles. So fun watching Irving handle the ball the way he does.
Dragic gets the bucket.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
And when it comes to handling the rock, Irving is second to none.
Greg cannot agree with you more. He is special. In the highest form of special. Great ball handling skills, finishing ability with both hands. I don't know if I've seen a better finisher under 6'3" in the history of the league. You might have somebody in mind, but nobody's been better than Kyrie Irving, finishing and getting it done with his handles and speed. He's picking up right where he left off in the first quarter.
KD against Siakam. Out to Harris. The Nets working the ball around now. Kept alive. Back to Durant. And Harden launches it from deep. And they recover it. Griffin finds Harris. Kicks it out to Harden. Shoots over Van Vliet. The offensive rebound. And they pick up 2. Harris has got 5 points now this quarter.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Chris Boucher's checked in for the Raptors. Barnes comes in for OG Anunoby. And a change for the Nets. Jordan's checked in. KD, that's for 2. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. KD's got 18 points in the game. Toronto's gone 6 of 8 on 3-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. Barnes passes to Siakam. And the shot's good from Boucher.
Pascal Siakam with the assist.
Brooklyn in control. Harden outside. KD on the wing. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists in the game. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's Dragic. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Dragic has got 19 points.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they...
Oh, that was terrific.
Good. Tell you what, when Durant is feeling it, he puts on some swagger. He's going to let you know he's got it going.
And it's Van Vliet with the ball for Toronto. Boucher passes to Dragic. And it's Van Vliet, top of the key. With the teardrop, and it's sent back by KD.
KD's defense has really taken a huge step forward. I mean, excellent at blocking shots now, and he's a better help defender. Man, he's putting that reach to good use on the defensive end.
That one goes. Count it.
Assisted by
16 points for James Harden.
And even with the big lead, he remains focused on the task at hand.
Yeah, and you know, that is some shaky and shoddy defensive work. They got to tighten it up.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
And you know what? That tells the story in a lot of games, guys. And here you go. It's telling the story tonight, too.
give them credit. Offensively, they've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shots for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
Boucher passes to Van Vliet. Missed inside.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Jordan trying to free himself up. Irving's shot is good.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Barnes can't get it to go. And for Brooklyn, their shooting has been just uncontainable, 72%. And here's Harden for three. Goran Dragic grabs the board. Here's Van Vliet, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Van Vliet's got 6 in the quarter.
And unafraid to challenge the heart of this defense. Van Vliet's a strong finisher for his size. And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And you know that's how it goes with him. I mean, his hot streaks, guys, don't last minutes. They last days.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. The three-point shooting has come fast and furious to the tune of what has become a big-time blowout in progress. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. KD, you're running and gunning out there. How much fun is it when the offense is flowing like that?
Well, I think this team is very well disciplined, and they do all the details, and we just wanted to play harder, man. And I think we got some steals, got some fast break points, and we playing together, everybody touching the ball. It's just fun when we playing like that, so we got to continue to do that.
KD, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Kevin Durant was on fire in the first half. He ended up with 26 points, 4 assists, and 7 rebounds. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
The work they put in on the glass has been the difference maker. Truly an all-hands-on-deck attack. Give them credit for being the more aggressive team. Rebounding is one of the stats that sometimes gets overlooked, but not tonight.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
First of all, where's the intensity on D? You think when a team is punking you like this, you at least try to put a stop to it. Nope. You keep giving up open looks, letting the lead get bigger and bigger and bigger.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
The Nets shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Van Vliet and Anunoby are your wingmen. Achua is out there with Pascal Siakam. And it's Dragic in at the point guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Brooklyn Nets are creating a fresh legacy. Kevin Durant says it's new energy. One of the first teams in Nets history where fans are expecting us to do good things. The basketball culture is deep in Brooklyn, and they're looking for a team to latch on to. Well, guys, it looks like they found a good one.
I agree, David. Thanks. And the jam by Harden.
And slams it home and gets some camera time on the end of it.
He did. He spent a while up on that rim, didn't he?
The refs are much more lenient with that kind of situation than they used to be.
Van Vliet passes to Siakam. Dragic kicks to Siakam. No good with the triple. And it's Harris with the ball for the Nets. Durant attacking, and KD throws it down.
Well, that dribble gives KD the momentum he needs, and you can see his teammates already loading up with smiles as he explodes to the cup.
Knocked away. Stolen by Durant. Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Irving's got the ball, and that one is good. Irving's got 22 points.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into easy points.
For Toronto, they have made 8 of their 12 free throws in this game.
Second team foul.
Free throw good, Dragic.
And Dragic came into the NBA with something on his resume that not many other rookies have. He has a ring from winning the Slovenian Pro League the year before he came to America.
Here's Harden, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Precious Achiuwa. And Harden really looks like he's been having fun out there.
I would agree with that, Kevin, and he says he's the same way off the court, too. I don't know him off the court, but he says he loves meeting new people. I don't have any trouble believing that. He enjoys engaging with kids, and certainly the bright tennis shoes are part of everybody's NBA attire now, but he wears it as an expression of his personality.
Dragic kicks to Siakam. His three-pointers off the mark.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Irving for 3. And it's Dragic with the rebound.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Look at Harden getting after it defensively with a little edge. A rude rejection like that will get him all kinds of fired up.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Slashing to the rim with so much precision and skill. Irvin, nearly impossible to contain when he spots a lane and decides to drive.
Here's Achiuwa. The dunk by Achiuwa.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take it.
Oh, man.
Man, one for the highlight reel. And you see after multiple knee surgeries, Griffin can still get up.
A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finish hard with 2 hands on that stuff.
Yeah, highly efficient. Nothing extra special there. Just effective.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Achiuwa, the pass to Van Vliet. Going inside. It's stolen by Harris. And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Griffin. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Achiuwa's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Anunoby. And it's Durant with the rebound. Durant's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Irving dishes to Harden. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got 6 assists in the game.
Harden, so versatile offensively. He initiates. He can play off the ball. He can beat you in transition. He's going to get his points. You can bet on that.
Here's Van Vliet. No good that time. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Durant kicks to Irving. Fires the three. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
You're exactly right. I mean, those come back to bite you every time, just like it's biting them now.
Dragic gets the bucket.
And Dragic can finish with ease if he gets to the bucket. So when his mid-range jumper is falling, the D doesn't know what to do with it.
Here's Griffin. That one off the back iron and out. In Toronto, they've gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. Anunoby, no good. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. From deep, Harden. It's good from long range. Harden's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Nets. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Achua finds Van Vliet. Over Harden. Van Vliet can't get it to go. Brooklyn's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. And the jam by Harden.
Guys, it's hard to shake Harden off his game. He's so strong and skilled. He keeps his balance right where he needs it.
Siakam outside. Stolen by Durant. And here we go. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Durant. Irving's got 9 points now in just the second half. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the Nets.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
This is his second trip to the line in this one. Some changes for Toronto. Ken Burge is checked in for Precious Achua. Barnes comes in for OG Anunoby. And Trent subbed in for Goran Dragic. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Nicholas Claxton comes in for Kevin Durant. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for Harris. And it's Mills in for Kyrie Irving. Van Vliet looking around. And there's the feed to Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Jordan kicks to Mills. Puts up a 3. And the Nets another 3.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
Barnes can't get it to go.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively. You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
A high-energy wing with a solid all-around skill set. Siakam is developing into a quality go-to scorer. When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
Pass to Siakam. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Siakam's got 8 points in the quarter.
Rise and fires. This is Siakam's attitude off the catch. And with these results, you understand why.
And it's Brown missing.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
They get it back. Stripped away. And here's the fast break. Stolen by Van Vliet. Pass to Barnes. Inside. Birch. Siakam trying to free himself up. Jordan the pass to Harden. And here's Mills from downtown. The shot, no good. Van Vliet with it. 17 points in the game. Trent gets the bucket. Trent's got 11 points. And for Brooklyn, their shooting has been just uncontainable. 72%. There's Brown with the 3. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
Yeah, that's too good a look to give him from behind the arc.
Brown against Barnes. And there's the drive. And it's blocked by Brown. Here's Jordan. Offensive rebound. Here's Claxton. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. He's got 6.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating. I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Passes it to Trent. And a wide open look for Siakam. Good on the three-point shot. Siakam's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
I'll tell you what, guys, there's not much more he can do. I mean, he's been on fire, yet they still trail in this game.
And here's Brown outside. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Here's Birch, and it's denied. They recover it. And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Chris Boucher's checked in for Pascal Siakam.
Coming onto the floor for your Raptors, Chris Boucher.
There's Van Vliet. He's got 17.
Brooklyn foul.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
15 foul.
The free throw drops for Trent.
At the line for Toronto, Gary Trent Jr.
Trent hits them both. It's the Nets now. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Nets have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. Flynn's checked in for the Raptors. He hits the second from the line. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Barnes against Brown. Barnes kicks to Boucher. No good from outside. Nets shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Claxton the pass to Jordan. A three-pointer off the mark. Toronto's gotten off 12 shots from beyond the arc tonight, hitting 7 of them. Barnes. And again, no good by Toronto.
Tell you what, that is a missed opportunity from mid-range for sure. With as little defense as was shown, should have made that one.
They get it back. Back to Mills. From deep, Harden. Tips it up, and there's Jordan, putting it right back in. Jordan's got 8.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Now here's Flynn. Defense is right there. Barnes left side. Over Brown. Barnes can't get it to go.
Yeah, you know, they're losing in large part because he's not playing well. It's really as simple as that.
Harden goes back up. A 3-ball. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Jordan's got his 5th assist in this one.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Flynn kicks to Trent. The pass to Barnes. 6 on the shot clock. To the wing on the left. For 3. Connects from three-point range. Flynn's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
And it's Barnes with the ball for Toronto. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Looking to end his cold spell. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 15 here tonight. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Nets out in front, running away with this one. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense, too. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Setting the floor for the Nets. Johnson is out there with James Johnson. Then there's Carter. Then it's Jordan. And it's Luwawu in at the 2 spot.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Here's Carter. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. All right, Greg, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who do you think right now has the best backcourt in the NBA?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, so many terrific backcourts to choose from. You know, Phoenix has got to be in that conversation with Chris Paul and Devin Booker. But I'll tell you what, with the Splash Brothers healthy and back at it, it's just hard to beat that combination.
Pass to Mikhailuk. And again, Toronto with the triple.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Luwawu, the pass to Johnson. It's stolen. Fast break, Toronto. Here's Flynn. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
You know, they're having free reign from beyond the arc. The defense is just not there. Sensational ball movement there. When you pass the ball like that, good things happen.
60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. To the paint. Here's Gillespie. The shot's good on the assist by Flynn.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Nets shooting a scorching 68% in the game. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Boucher. That's his second personal foul.
And he makes the first.
Foul. At the line for the Nets, James Johnson.
He makes 1 of 2 that time. Toronto's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Mikhailuk passes to Flynn. Here's Gillespie. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got his 16th rebound on the night. Pass to Johnson. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Lets it fly. Johnson can't hit.
And, guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
Here's Carter. Jordan trying to free himself up. Carter with the bucket. Carter's got 4 points in the quarter. For Toronto, they've gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll. There's the call on James Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. And Greg, a lot of new head coaches stepping into this season. How does a first-year coach come in and win over a locker room?
I mean, Kevin, that's a great question. And I think there's a combination of confidence and humility that one has to have. And I think, believe it or not, the most important trait, you got to be consistent. Your message cannot waver. It cannot fluctuate. That's one way that you will lose a locker room.
Here's Gillespie. He's guarded by Johnson. Flynn misses. The Nets have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Luwawu, the pass to Johnson. Fires from deep. No good that time. So the Raptors will take it the other way. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Javon Carter. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Flynn against Irving. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving.
That's his fifth.
That will be foul number 5 on him.
Foul.
Flynn against Irving. Shot clock at 6. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Here's Gillespie. Off the left rim and out. And it's Irving with the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Johnson outside. Back to Irving. Carter on the wing. This one for three. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Carter. Irving's got 32 points.
That gives him his second 3 of the half with 3 total for the game.
Here's Mikhailuk, defended by Carter. Here's Gillespie. Doesn't go for him. Good work defensively by Carter. For Brooklyn, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And that one's good, Irving.
Boy, he's demanding the ball. He wants it, and he's coming through. I mean, you can see why his teammates trust him down the stretch, guys.
Passes it to Gillespie. Good on the 13-footer. Gillespie's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Back to Johnson. Shoots over Anunoby. Johnson can't hit.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Here's Mikhailuk. And it's good off the back rim and in. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Johnson kicks to Irving. Jacks up a 3. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
They're giving him a little too much space out there. That's his 3rd triple since halftime.
Here's Gillespie. He's guarded by Johnson.
You know, he looks a little off-kilter to me this quarter. Still trying to find his rhythm.
Here's Mikhailuk. Over to the left wing. Here's Flynn. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
The 11-footer. That one doesn't drop. And Toronto will come the other way. And there's the pass to Gillespie. Up top, Flynn. Covered by Irving. Flynn misses. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Here's Johnson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a 3-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
And back in the day, Greg, Allen Iverson got criticized for devaluing practice. Now we've got healthy players sitting out of games. Has load management gone too far, you think?
Not a practice, but a game. We got guys missing games, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. But honestly, I'm really all for load management in this regard. If I owned a team and I had to invest $200 million in a player, I want to do everything I can to prolong my investment. And the reality is we've got our stars playing at unprecedented lengths at higher levels later in their careers. So I'm all for doing what we can to prolong the careers of our very best players.
Achua. Gillespie, the pass to Achua. Over Johnson. Achua, no good.
You look at him, and he's a little hit and miss from there, even without a defender in his face. No guarantee.
Raptors with a fresh shot clock. It's good.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
And the shot is good from Johnson. Now here's Flynn. With the drive, plays it up and banks it in.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Oh, I dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and you combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous. Flynn
against Irving. Now here's Flynn. He's covered closely. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession.
You know, that's just sloppy basketball, giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. Clark, we know injury prevention is a huge aspect for teams, and it seems like training staffs hold a lot more weight than they did in the past.
I think you're exactly right, Kevin. No doubt about it, and for good reason. I mean, the medical staffs include doctors and trainers and physiotherapists and the like, and they really have enhanced what goes into preparing players for their seasons throughout their careers, and it's become more precise, it's better. Yet there are still going to be injuries, but the treatment and care players get now, I think, is platinum level across the league.
Here's Johnson. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Irving showing you he's a frame ahead of his opponent with that nice imagination on offense.
Here's Gillespie. From 10 feet out, the rebound by Johnson. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the fourth. Pass to Johnson. On the wing, Irving. From deep. Toronto grabs the miss. Takes a three. A nice shot by Mikhailuk. Mikhailuk's got 8 here in the quarter.
He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
They grab their own miss, and the shot goes down.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
Mikhailuk passes to Gillespie. Irving with it, picked up by Flynn. And the shot is good. Irving's got 45 points.
Boy, he's really been on a roll this quarter. Seems like everything he throws up is finding bottom.
Here's Flynn. Misses the three. Nets shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. Carter with the bucket.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Outside Flynn. Down low. Here's Mikhailuk. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Pass to Gillespie. Here's Watanabe. And he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
Nice job hitting him right in stride. Excellent play.
And stolen by Achua. Here's Watanabe. Covered by Irving. Outside Flynn. Good on the triple. Flynn's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for Toronto. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Brooklyn Nets. No good from Luwawu. 1:36 left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Flynn. The shot, no good. The Nets go the other way with it.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Nets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And they took charge when it counted, and will be notching their 9th win overall.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
Especially because they're going to get together 3 more times this season. You love to get an opponent figured out early. You want to be seeing them that often.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was.
For Kyrie Irving.
Boy, from a scoring standpoint, he was absolutely sensational. Made the game look easy tonight.
Here's Luwawu. The layup off target. Toronto with the ball. Flynn with it. And it's Carter picking him up. Shot from 12. And the shot is long. Here's Luwawu. That one drops for him.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Here's Watanabe. He's guarded by Johnson. Shot's good by Watanabe. And so it's Brooklyn with it. Now Carter. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, James. You have seen every type of defense from opponents over the years. What do you enjoy about that back-and-forth challenge?
Just every single game, I'm trying to figure out what they're doing and how can I be aggressive and attack it. You know, I love playing a game of basketball. I love, being crafty and just trying to compete at a high level every single night. It takes a lot, but I'm built for it, and I'm going to just continue to keep going.
Well, you won the chess match tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.